Hey guys, AuspiciousAussie here, and welcome to episode 19 of my TCW series. Now for tonight's show, we've got a big six-man tag match main event. Obviously, sort of culminating all of the problems that we had from last episode with our main event and the way that it crashed and burned and essentially caused us to have to change a few of the storylines going forward. So we're going to do that tonight in the main event. But we've also got a few other interesting things going on. The continuation of Wolf Hawkins and his storyline of him being overlooked and not really facing the best opponents. Let's run the show. We've got a couple of pre-show tag matches. We've got a 66C+ match here with Divine Fortune defeating Joel Bryant and Jeremy Courtney in 10-19, when Chance Fortune defeated Jeremy Courtney by pinfall with a stroke of luck. And we also have Chance Fortune improving in performance skills there. Basically, with these two tag matches, I just want to build up some more tag team chemistry between certain teams. This match probably should have been on the main show. An 80B rated pre-show match. In a pre-show bout that had great wrestling, decent reaction from the crowd, the New Wave defeated the Canadian Animals in 11:41, when Guy defeated Ed Stone by pinfall with a wave of mutilation. Really good in-ring performances there by Scout and Guide. And we also have a lot of worker improvements. Ed Stone in performance, Scout in performance, and then we had Guide in technical and performance. So good stuff there overall. We then start the show off with a 96 A-star rated angle. Basically, we have Wolf Hawkins here saying that there isn't a man alive today that could beat him. And, he can... In his mind, he's saying that he can essentially take the World Heavyweight title whenever he wants. However, upper management is, for whatever reason, overlooking Wolf Hawkins at the moment. It doesn't matter what he does, who he beats. Regardless, he hasn't been given the world title shot or even a chance, really, at becoming number one contender. And of course, in his mind, if he got that opportunity, he would become number one contender without a shadow of a doubt in his mind. We then go into an 80B rated tag match. In a good match, we had Wolf Hawkins and Troy Tornado defeating Benny Benson and Danny Fonzarelli in 2020, when Wolf Hawkins defeated Danny Fonzarelli by pinfall with a full moon rising. And as you'd expect, Wolf carried the match. 93 in-ring performance there. And of course, this is, sort of continuing the impromptu feud that Wolf Hawkins and Benny Benson have still at the moment going forward. We also had Danny Fonzarelli improving in performance skills. Moving on to another angle, 84B+, where Benny Benson, he's still in the ring, and Wolf Hawkins, we'll say Wolf Hawkins is on the outside of the ring, and Benny Benson says that he wants one last match against Wolf Hawkins to prove himself as, potentially one of the best. He wants to try and, say that he's on a similar type of level as Wolf Hawkins. While, everyone sort of believes that's not really the case. Of course, Wolf Hawkins thinks that's, incredibly untrue. He accepts. And we're going to have another rematch with Benny Benson taking on Wolf Hawkins. Possibly to end their feud. We'll just have to wait and see what transpires. Alrighty, another singles match booked in. We then go into a 66C+ rated match. In a decent match, CHORD defeated Giant Tanner in 9:39 by pinfall with a cradle pile driver. Bit of a throwaway match. Giant Tanner, his contract is running out very soon. I think at the end of this month, maybe... Yeah, I think at the end of the month. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah. So we're just going to job him out. I don't really want to re-sign him. He's on a fairly hefty wage. And honestly, he's really old. Doesn't have the skills really to be a proper... I would say he's could be a mid-carder, but I want guys that can be in the mid-card, but also have the potential to go up and possibly one day become main eventers. So I think, releasing him maybe gives us a spot to bring someone else in. We'll just have to wait and see. Anyway, we've got another angle here, a 70C+. We have CHORD, and he believes that he's a far superior singles wrestler when compared to both Guide or Scout. And he essentially lays an open challenge to either of the two for a singles match at the pay-per-view. And he wants an answer next week at the Go Home show for who his singles opponent will actually be. Obviously, we're going to be running with CHORD for a little while. Unfortunately, Greg Gage picked up that injury. I think it was last episode. Might have been I can't remember. But he picked up an injury and he's going to be out until after the pay-per-view. So my theory was to do a bit of a tag feud. But now with him out, CHORD will be challenged. Well, he'll be versing one of the two members of the New Wave. Moving on to a 63C. It's not a bad match considering, both of these teams are sort of lower mid-carders. In a bout that had subpar wrestling and little heat, the Latino Kings defeated the Dynamite Express in 8:04 when Rudy Velasquez defeated Cameron Jones by pinfall with a street cutter. Yeah, not too bad. That was actually pretty good. And we have Hector Galindo improving in performance skills there as well. Move on to a 61C rated angle. So we have Rocky Golden and Bulldozer Brandon Smith. The Latino Kings, make their way backstage. And a big argument breaks out. Obviously, Bulldozer's pretty pissed off that the Latino Kings took him out and essentially made him not be able to wrestle last week in the tag match, which of course left Rocky Golden with a 2-on-1 handicap match. Argument breaks out, as you'd expect. They're beating them down, and then all four of them start brawling. And then, of course, as you see, host of road agents, similar type of thing that happens in the WWE quite a lot, is sort of what I'm going for. It's worth noting that all four members were rated on overness, hence why the angle is so bad. I probably could have just done Rocky on overness and had the other three not rated, and I'm sure it would have got like an A, but I just wanted to see what they would get, and to be honest, I think a 61C is not too bad. We then move into Rocky's match, gets a 79B. In a bout that had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd, Rocky Golden defeated Kirk Jamison in 9:57 by submission with the rack. And yeah, that's a really good match. I'm pretty happy with that. We then go to a 99 A-Star Menace promo from the Behemoths. Again, just sort of saying that they are the best tag team in TCW at the moment. There's just no other team around that can actually beat them. They beat the legends, living legends that are the New Wave at the last pay-per-view. And there's no one even to really step up to verse them at the pay-per-view. And they've, of course, they've got a match up next as well, which gets a 68C+. In a decent match, the Behemoths defeated the Elite in 7:55 when Killer Shark defeated Nate Johnson by pinfall with a big bite. I looked down here for a second. Obviously, great chemistry with the Elite. They are quite old, or at least Eddie Chandler here is. I'm not sure about Nate Johnson. I don't think he's that old. I think he's in his 30s. But yeah, Titan with a 63 in-ring performance. Not too bad. I'm liking that. Anyway, moving on to a 92A rated angle. Andrews, Peak, and Vesey, they're backstage in the locker room and they're devising a game plan, of course, to beat their pay-per-view opponents. Obviously, all three members will be taking on the other three members of their respected feuds. Their storylines, essentially. So obviously, Sammy Back, Joshua Taylor, and Ricky Dale Johnson. So yeah, apparently Andrews is looking stale as well. A little bit annoying, but anyway, moving on. The match itself does pretty well, 82B. In a superb match, Aaron Andrews, Eddie Peak, and Brian Vesey defeated Sammy Back, Joshua Taylor, and Ricky Dale Johnson in 1934 when Aaron Andrews defeated Ricky Dale Johnson by pinfall with a flying body press. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. We also have a couple of work improvements here. Joshua Taylor and Eddie Peak both improving in performance skills. Overall show rating gets a 75 B-, again, losing us popularity in the 11 regions of the USA, and of course increasing our popularity in the 7 regions of Canada. It's a pretty good show. 75 B-, obviously. Last episode was pretty dreadful, and I'm happy that we managed to go forward from there. Let's have a look at that. Tim Westybrook. It's not a bad wrestler. Although he is, 40 years old? Yeah. I think it's a no from me. But we do have quite a few other guys. It's worth noting that Rich Money here from US Pro, his contract is running out as well, and he has a lot of offers on the table. As you can see, $57,000 per month from US Pro, 47,000 essentially from north of the border, SWF with 49,000 themselves, and then 56,000 per month from south of the border. Interesting. He's actually seriously considering joining south of the border. It's just, I guess it's the push and I think the working as well. Because as you can see, he's never lower than an upper mid-carder, and then he's going to be only working events and ATV shows as well. Interesting. For less money as well. Let me have a look here. It's 20% per show, but half the bonus, and I think 1,000 less per month. Interesting. Okay. Obviously, we can't really go for him. He is really, really good, hence why all these different people are going after him. Probably, I would say he's probably US Pro's best actual wrestler. I'm not sure if he's the most over at their company. Anyway, the TV rating gets a 6.94. And apparently, Rocky Golden thinks Titan doesn't connect with the fans, and we should probably write him off. Interesting. Okay. We could also go for Dwayne Fry if we want a new announcer. He's very, very good. He would definitely be an upgrade, but SWF obviously offering him $10,000 per month. So we probably won't do that. Nor do we really need to. Anyway, let's have a look at the popularity here very quickly, and then I think we'll end the episode. As you can see, we're dropping down to 75s. 75 in the northwest and the southeast. And we're still at a 65 importance though, which is interesting in the northwest. So it must be at least another point of popularity. But it's interesting to note that the wrestling industry is still falling. As you can see, we're at a 13F. The economy's gone back up nicely, which I'm pretty happy with. Now at a 32E+. So in theory, that makes me think that the importance of these regions is not really going to get any lower. So if we can sort of maintain that, there might be a possibility that we can actually stay at national. Maybe. I know I've been banging on for the last, 18 episodes about dropping down to cult. I thought we would. I honestly thought we would, sooner rather than later. Anyway, that is going to wrap this episode up, guys. Thank you very much for watching. We've got the go-home show for the next episode, and then, of course, the pay-per-view after that. However, if you could drop a like on this video, I would very much appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel as well if you haven't. And apart from that, take it easy, and goodbye, guys.